Hi, Hearties. Welcome to another Heart to Hearties. I'm Jeanette from Michigan.
And I'm Marg from San Diego.
And today we're so excited to welcome back to Heart to Hearties. It's been a minute. Jaeda Lily Miller, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
Yay.
So
When there's only two of us, we got to be louder with our applause.
yes,
We really do.
Gotta up our
I'll
game
join
there.
you.
Well, my dog just came in, so maybe
He's
an
applauding.
extra bark or just the wagging tail to welcome you.
There you go.
Awesome.
So we're coming off an awesome episode, which we're going to dive into in a bit. We did notice this week on the socials, people were celebrating a milestone for you. We're happy to celebrate 50 episodes for you. How does that feel?
Feels crazy. I didn't even know that it was my 50th episode airing for episode 10, which it's cool that it was though, because episode 10 is like one of my favorites. It's one that I'm most proud of. So yeah, I didn't even know until all the Hearties started posting about the 50th episode. And yeah, it was very cool.
And what a
Can't-
special one to have that for sure. Very cool.
Yeah.
So diving into the episode, before the season started, a lot of people were talking about your big storylines, and we heard a lot about your great performances. And in fact, they're still talking about it. And we had a couple of them reach out, and we want to send you a little message from a couple of them. So, Marg,
Hold on, and we'll play it.
Yeah.
Hi, Jaeda.
Hi, Jaeda.
I really thought this was our interview, but apparently you've got it scheduled with the admins. But that's okay, because really you're the star, especially at the last episode. We just wanted to come on and say just how amazing you were. What an honor it was actually for me to just work with you that day and just see how much you've grown, not only as a person, but as an actor. Yeah, you just blew me away, and I wanted to come on and just let you know that. I wanted to crash the interview, actually, but unfortunately, we weren't able to do that because we're in the middle of the sky right now. I don't know if you can see behind me. Empire State? Okay.
We're so proud of you, Jaeda. It's true. It really is an honor to work beside you and to see how much you've grown as a person since we met you in season 6, but also as an actor. You're a true star, and
Yeah.
we
And
just
you
we
threaten
love
us,
you.
really. This
Yeah,
is,
we do.
we're a
come
little
for our
intimidated,
jobs.
so please don't come for our jobs. Do your own thing. You got a great thing going. And we'll see you very soon.
Love you.
Bye.
That was sweet. Oh my gosh. An honor to work with me, an honor to work with them. They are amazing. Oh my gosh. That video just speaks to how sweet they are in real life and how the good relationships that Allie and Nathan and Elizabeth have, they're real, okay? They're not put on.
Love that.
Well, they really, Kevin really wanted to be here, but they are in New York filming this week with some media on a press junket. So there you go. But
Love New York, so I'm sure he's enjoyed himself.
I hope so. I hope so.
Amazing.
That's very cool.
Well, I
Love
was
it.
going to ask you how that feels, but you just summed it up, I think.
Yeah,
That's pretty special. I love that they
like them, especially coming from people like them, it means a lot because they're so great. So when a great actor tells you that you're great, you're like, whoa, thanks. You know what I mean? Very
yeah, so good. Well, we have a lot to talk about coming off these huge episodes. We definitely want to talk about the Dylan Park storyline, which is a huge one for you. Before we do that, we had a couple Hearties ask. We always take Hearties questions. They wanted to talk about the music you've had this season. So Brian Shively of Lake Havasu, Arizona, and Angie Durden from San Bruno, California. She wants to know, how did you react when you heard you were going to be doing so much music this season?
Well, I was stoked because I didn't even really get to be in the choir last season. So I'm very happy that Allie is finally in the choir, you know? I'm very excited about that because it just lets me do more scenes, I guess, than singing is fun. But I really liked doing the singing, especially because the singing with Kevin, especially because the father-daughter scene is really nice. So every time that the music would come in, my musical family would help me and we'd rehearse the songs until I had it down, until I could do it perfect on the day.
Yeah, I think
I
Hearties
love
were
it.
waiting for that moment Kevin picked up the guitar with you. So very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Margaret Ferreira Gunzilli, gosh knows I butchered that, of Braintree, Massachusetts. She just loved that scene when you sang By the Sea, and with, it had that Captain Von Trapp feeling with him in the red serge and singing with his daughter, that Edelweiss moment. Tell us a little bit more about that scene and practicing and all of it.
Well, I think that any scene with Kevin is amazing to do. It's super fun. It's singing or not singing. I think that scene turned out to be super sweet and super pure and just showed a really good like father-daughter moment, So I think that any scene with Kevin is cool to do, and the singing was just a little bonus, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was kind of neat that Elizabeth and little Jack, didn't interrupt. They saw that there was sort of a pureness to that moment and let you have it. And you are a teen, and sometimes those sweet moments can be a little less often. I'm sure that's not the case, but I think those moments when fathers and daughters can bond with how old are you playing Allie at this age?
I think I'm playing 15 or 16.
Okay, yeah, that's what Siobhan Devine, the director, thought too. So yeah, 15 and 16, you're very much on your own. And so any little precious moments we get between father and daughter are super appreciated. So another scene partner, you're so often paired with Vienna. And we just, I think those scenes were really, really particularly lovely too. And I loved that that the Canfield storyline was kind of married to Allie's story and sort of served as the impetus maybe for her to consider finding her roots too. Cheney Stanley of Chickamauga, Georgia, asks, what is it like acting with a scene partner who's playing a blind character? How do you accommodate that? What are the considerations? It's very interesting. You guys, it feels very real, but talk to us about how you achieve that.
Yeah, I think Vienna does a great job of playing her character that way. It is very believable, but the only thing that really changes is my body language, because I'm most of the time we're either linking arms or holding hands so I can guide her around the town, which I don't mind at all because that just means I'm next to her in scenes. And Vienna and I are great friends, so I get to chat with her in between takes when we're next to each other. So yeah, but she does a really great job of it. It is very believable, you're right, but only really affects that.
Love it. Okay. Well, Lily Walker Phelps of Jefferson City, Missouri asks you to contrast Vienna and Jaeda with Angela and Allie. Are there similarities? Are there differences?
Well, I think that Angela and Allie are just toned down versions of Jaeda and Vienna. We are normally a lot louder, a lot more chatty, But the thing that's still the same is that Vienna and I are really great friends, and so are Angela and Allie. So that does not change, but we're definitely a lot more outgoing than them.
Got it. That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
How long have you guys known each other in real life, you and Vienna?
So many years. We worked together on this show called Ready, Jet, Go. She played this character named Sydney, and I played Mindy on this PBS show about space. So I knew Vienna way before When Calls the Heart. So when she first got there, I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's great. I love working with her. So
yeah. Nice to have that comfort level.
Too fun. Well, we really noticed a lot of different costumes for the two of you. They were so beautiful this year. Talk to us about, getting a little bit older, maybe wearing a little makeup, wearing these amazing dresses that you got to wear this season. How was that?
Well, I think that Allie, she's more always had like that kind of tomboyish style, a lot more simple dresses. But I like that she's getting a little bit more girly dresses because it's true. She is growing up, But I still like that I still have pants. I'm very happy about those. I get to wear my pants. Yeah, but my mom especially, she loved that red dress I wore for episode 10. So I think that a lot of the new clothes are cool, and it's fun to wear something different, even if I wouldn't normally wear it in real life, it's fun to wear it as Allie.
The pants are more comfy.
100%.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that green, it's green, right? The one that had the sort of embroidery too was also really pretty.
And like, yeah, I've had a couple pairs of pants, but I keep outgrowing them. So I think this year I had like these brown tannish pants, but
Yeah.
so
A
Got
lot
it.
of Hearties loved that red and white check dress too. Yeah, that
Yes.
saw a lot of photos and fan art, good stuff like that. Yeah.
I felt like I was going to a picnic, you know?
Yeah, it did give picnic vibes
Aw.
for sure. It was super cute. Yeah. Well, we want to dive into the Dylan storyline about Allie's birth father. So Stephanie Long of Springfield, Missouri wants you to talk about your reaction when you learned about this big storyline for season 11.
Well,
Did you, how far in advance did you know? And like, what was your reaction?
I didn't know like that far in advance. Like I don't get the full scripts until like just a little bit before. But when I found out like I was doing that and when I did read everything, I was super stoked because doing any scene where I get to like challenge myself and do some more dramatic acting, it's always super fun. And yeah, I was very pleased with what I got to work with. But yeah, I was super happy.
Well, and you did have the heavier storyline back several seasons ago with the adoption and well, and Nathan defending Nathan when he was taken up by Hargraves and all of that. So that was, you definitely had some of that emotional stuff, but this was definitely another level for you.
Yeah. I like doing dramatic stuff. It's
Yeah.
fun, you know?
Yeah. So what does it feel like? You're a young actress. How does that feel to like, does it feel good that they trust you with such a big storyline?
Well, yeah, but I've been working for 11 years now as an actor. So I
Yeah.
have been doing like I've done a lot of movies and stuff and I do dramatic stuff during those other projects. So it was just it's cool when they give me some more dramatic stuff for Allie because then I get to bring a little more drama. And I think that this storyline especially, you know, developed her character more and it made you kind of understand her more. And made you know, she's a teenager now. So maybe when she ran away, she's bringing some of her roots back as a rebel. But so
As
it's
a rebel, I like it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool to be able to bring some dramatics to Allie like I've done in the past.
I remember lots of tears with you, Jaeda, over the years.
You're an
Yeah,
old pro at the crying, huh?
totally. You got it down. So the other one Hardy's noticed was the scene with Uncle Nathan where you and Kevin had to butt heads a bit there. How did you react to the Uncle Nathan line when you read that on the script?
I think that the writing for that was brilliant. I think that that's what the scene called for, so that's what I had to do, and I tried to deliver it with as much oomph as it needed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I thought that it was the writers did a great job of that because that pierced Nathan's heart. And if I was Nathan, it pierced mine, and I think it pierced some of the Hardys' hearts as well.
All of the Hardys.
Definitely.
So I think that it was such like a line that definitely hit home for him. And I think it made him realize the severity of the situation as well, like how much Allie really wanted this. So I think that it was brilliant. I thought that it was needed.
Did Kevin give you any prep, like just go for it, come at me, or did he say anything to you to prepare?
Well, yeah, well, we did it a couple times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we did it a couple times, and like I felt like it built up a little more and more every time we do it until it was at that like super heightened screaming level. But yeah.
Well, it was well done for sure. Yeah.
Was it kind of fun leaning into the like cold shoulder and the teenage, you know, rebellion piece of it?
100%. I liked getting mad at Kevin. I don't get mad at him in real life, so it was fun.
Yeah. Especially when it's allowed and in a safe environment. Just go for it.
Yeah, no shame. I love it. Heather Hood of Minneapolis wants to know about your preparation. Did you talk to anybody who was adopted who might have been your age? How did you come to understand what a girl in Allie's situation might be feeling about that?
Well, I kind of just tried to imagine it. You know, I put myself in Allie's shoes. Like for the dinner table scene, it didn't even say in the script that I had to cry. I just felt like I should. So, during that scene, I started crying, especially because when you look at Kevin's puppy dog eyes, I mean, come on, you can't not cry. Like, can't help myself. So I tried to put myself in what Allie would be feeling in that moment, and I felt like she would cry, and I felt like she would be sad. So that was my thoughts on it.
Yeah, he gave you the performance too to react to. So the two
Oh,
of you,
100%.
wow.
He did amazing in that scene. Even when I watched it back on Sunday, he made me cry again. Like, it wasn't me that made me cry, it was Kevin, because it like put me back in that moment, you know? Couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I think we had all, and rightly so, heard about the performance that was coming from you, but Kevin McGarry, wow. I mean, it was quite a scene, all of the scenes, but it was very, very special. And I loved what you said about it contributed to us understanding Allie more. I think it really contributed us to understanding Nathan more too. And I definitely fell a little bit more in love with him. And I think that was really interesting that the writers did that kind of on the cusp of what maybe Elizabeth, truly, well, we know she's had feelings for a while, or certainly Allie has suspected that she's had feelings for a while. But anyway, it was an extraordinary performance. You brought out the best of in each other, clearly.
Yeah. It was another level for the two of you, for sure.
Yeah, I totally agree. Kevin did amazing in that. I think that Nathan, he's more of a complex character than maybe he likes to show on the surface. So I think that Kevin did an amazing job of, really diving deep into his relationship with Allie and how he feels. Because, sometimes it can be a little mysterious, but I think that he did an amazing job of showing that.
Yeah, it was certainly written that way in the initial seasons with him. And so it's been fun to get to know him more and to get to know both of you going deeper. It's really beautiful. But just so you know, we've had a lot of comments from adoptees. I think people who watch this show have a real heart for these adoption stories. And I think it proved to be very touching to a lot of them to see you go not only with your story, but of course, Faith and Lily too. So bravo. I think it was very beautifully done. So, but it was heartbreaking. I mean, watching the scene where Allie's sitting there on that bench outside the Granville prison, just like sitting with her feelings of having been rejected. I mean, I could cry right now about it. It was such a blow. Carolyn Galgano of Sutton, Massachusetts said, "What did you draw on to convey that pain that she was feeling?"
It wasn't necessarily anything that I drew on for it. It was more getting myself in the right mindset for it. So, during that day, I normally on set, I'm very social. I like to chat with all the crew and my fellow castmates, but that day I wanted to be in solidarity. So we asked the crew to not bother me during the time that I sat on the bench and I started crying. And then during takes, I go off by myself. So I just tried to stay in the mindset of that and really be in the moment. So yeah, so I was crying before we even started rolling. I was sitting on that bench already crying. So
Wow.
Oh,
When you were
wow.
younger and we had you on, I remember talking with you about you used to listen. One of the things you would do is listen to really sad music. Do you still do some of that to prepare?
sometimes, once I got the tears going, I watched sad videos, to make myself, stay in the mindset. But no, but I get myself going already. So
I was gonna say probably now that you're a little older too, you can get it going a little easier.
Are these like animal rescue videos? I'm just wondering, what does one watch to keep the tears going?
Oh, videos and the animal rescue, they're so sad. I don't know. It's just it gets me. But
Yeah, the military reunion videos, anything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love it. Beautiful. Well, it's funny that you would bring up the crew, because the admin spoke to Siobhan Devine, and she said they were so invested in this moment and trying to be so caring about this big moment for you. And she said when you were in tears, they were in tears. So I think they really were kind of in solidarity with you. Talk to us about playing such a vulnerable moment in front of I think we forget how large a group of people are all there surrounding you when you're having these incredibly vulnerable moments.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of people on set. Like, there's a lot of love that goes into the show, and you need a lot of people to keep it going. But as an actor, it's kind of my job to block everyone out. So I kind of just try to focus on the person I'm acting with, and in my case, it was Kevin, obviously Nathan. So really, I think the less distractions that you have, the more performance, like the better my performance can be with the less distractions I have. So I think I just focused on Kevin, and again, looking at him, I just played off of what he did, which he was also very dramatic in the scene, as he should be. So I think it was easy kind of just to block my everything out, which I've had a lot of practice at.
Mhm.
I don't know. That to me just is really remarkable to be able to block that out. Yeah. Do you work with an acting coach on an ongoing basis on scenes and that kind of thing?
My dad's actually my acting coach.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
He's always been my acting coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's helped me get every single part that I've gotten, so I'm very thankful. So on those 2 days, he came with me to set, because my mom and him come when they can. Well, my mom's always there, but my dad comes like when he's not working. And yeah, he came for those days to make sure I was at my top.
I love it. I love
I
it.
have a feeling if we asked Kevin about it, he'd be like, I didn't have to do any acting. I was just playing off of Jaeda. And so I love that you're saying, I just played off of Kevin. Like, I'm sure he would probably say the same thing about you.
We have
So
great
amazing.
chemistry. It just works out that way. What can I say?
Yeah, which
special,
leads us
special.
perfectly into Joelle Jordan of Flint, Michigan's question. She was one of many Hearties who just, again, was blown away by the breakfast scene. She said, I gather from Siobhan, we know how the coverage works, and it sounded like she was saying she tried not to do many takes of it, but take us into the technical aspect of it. Whose coverage went first? How did you sustain the emotions as the different coverage was being shot? How did that work?
Well, we did my wide shot first, and then we did my close-up, and then we did Kevin's coverage on the other side, doing the same thing, I think. And I started crying. First take we did it. I cried on my wide shot, and Siobhan was like, girl, you have to keep your tears in. We need them for the close-up. And I was like, I can't help it. Every time I looked at Kevin, it just oh my gosh, he was too sad not to look at and cry. So yeah, so I cried for the whole thing, and then even on Kevin's turnaround, I was still sobbing. So yeah, I hope that helped him, but I couldn't help myself,
Yeah, so makeup was like, we need to touch up a few things.
Yeah, you have to stay very hydrated so then you don't run out of tears. You just keep going.
Yeah, emotionally, when you finish doing that, do you feel very spent afterwards?
But I had a good long weekend after that. Slept a lot after that. I did the day that was the breakfast scene, I did on a Wednesday, I think, and then the Thursday I did the jail scene, and then I think I was spent on Friday. So
wow.
But I was filming Friday as well, I think. So I did one of the scenes walking with Aaron on Friday. So then after the big week I had a long sleep on Saturday.
Yeah, I bet. Wow.
Incredible.
That's amazing. Well, Pia Sprague of Walnut Creek, California, she wants to know how you think, I think this is a really interesting question, how you think Allie might have reacted to hearing the whole story about her biological father. Because Nathan did still hold some things back. Is that something, do you think that'll come back in the future? Or was it really him just protecting her there?
Well, I think that there are some unanswered questions for sure still around that storyline. Like, I think maybe that would be something to come back to in the future and see how Allie would react about it. But yeah, I think that there's definitely some unresolved answers, but I'm also looking forward to doing some different Allie adventures this next season. But you know, if we come back to it, I think there's definitely some more story to be told.
Yeah, it was interesting to watch Nathan kind of figure out that balance, right? Of how much he shared with her and how much he had to hold back to protect her. And he'd probably seen enough tears, like like you said, that he wanted to look out for her. Elizabeth Mott from Formosa, Argentina in the house. We love that. She loved the conversation that of Mrs. Thornton had with Allie in the library, and how safe Elizabeth made her feel. There's definitely a comfort level there between the two of you. What does Allie value most about her relationship with her teacher? And then how might that change a little bit going forward now that there's a little, more complex dynamic with her and Nathan?
Well, I think that Allie and Elizabeth have always had a very special relationship. She's never been just a teacher to Allie. She's been a friend and a mentor and maybe even a motherly figure. So if something were to happen with Elizabeth and Nathan in the future, I don't think that Allie and Elizabeth's dynamic would change too much because they've already been so close, and Allie already goes to Elizabeth for advice, as we see. And so I think because their bond is so strong already, if something were to happen, I don't think it would change too much, you know?
Yeah.
Make them even closer, if anything. And honestly, I'd like a lot more scenes with Erin, so because she's great to work with. She's an amazing actor. So any scene I get to do with her is cool. So if that does happen in the future, I'd like to do a lot more scenes with Erin.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot to unpack there. So that will be fun to see going forward between the two of you. And maybe your Allie adventures will include her. You never know. It'll be fun. I know, fingers crossed, right?
I do think that Hearties wondered, given some of the early like hilarious moments in which Allie like threw her dad under the bus, and then
So good.
the tensions that they experienced, that maybe that was setting us up for Allie to have a reaction, not just a protectiveness of Nathan, but maybe, maybe not wanting another woman to threaten her position. I don't know why that would be, but no.
If Nathan and Elizabeth got together, I think that Allie would really like that because she's looked up to Elizabeth. So I don't think that it would be a problem.
You can't imagine that would come to play if we can imagine that
exactly
happens.
But I don't think fighting for main woman in Nathan's life would be a problem. I think that Allie already has a strong relationship with Nathan, and I don't think that would change.
Yeah, we do like those you throwing him under the bus moments, though. Those are so much fun.
Honestly, it was fantastic.
I feel like if this moves forward, we still got to throw some of those in there sometimes.
You mean moves forward like molasses in January? Is that
exactly
what you meant? Yeah, right.
So maybe like season 15. I don't know.
Allie's really not the only one throwing them under the bus. Like everybody's throwing them under the bus in the previews. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Well, another relationship we love, of course, is Allie and little Jack. And of course, you and Hyland are just always already two peas in a pod. So that had to come really naturally for you. Karen Jatana of Ohio, she loves the bond of Allie and little Jack, just like all the Hearties. I think that's something we all agree on for sure. Talk to us about the prospect now of a sibling relationship. Because Allie definitely had the spidey sense going about Nathan, and it's like, so there's something else going on there, Dad. So what would that look like?
I don't think it would change little Jack and Allie's relationship too much, because Allie and little Jack are already so close, just as me and Erin are close, and just as me and Hyland are close, because me and Hyland, we're always playing games off set, we're doing Lego, we're running around. I think we already kind of have that sibling relationship, and so do little Jack and Allie as well. And because Allie's already his babysitter, maybe, I don't know, would she just work for free if they were siblings? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I think they already kind of have that bond and already that playful sibling relationship type thing. So
was that connection with Hyland did that happen pretty quick for you on set when they had cast him as little Jack?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. As soon as I brought out some games, we were besties. Like,
Oh, love
yeah,
that.
we
Yeah. Well,
love
and Erin,
to play offset.
Erin's good at capturing those sweet moments and sharing them on her Instagram too. So we
Yes.
love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really beautiful that you do that because I know lots of teens who might not. And it's really cool that you've developed that relationship. Hyland is so dang smart. He needs a smarty like you to challenge him. And it's just really, it's very special. Yeah.
He's so fun, and why wouldn't I want to hang out with him? He's so cute. He's so fun. He's great. I just love the kid. He's awesome.
So
And it
great.
probably makes him so much more comfortable on set too, that there's so many people that have good relationships with him and just love to hang with him, like you know.
Yeah. But yeah, we love to hang together. We've done lightsabers, we've done Lego, we've done like we've done so much stuff. It's insane, but yeah, it's fun.
Love it. Mandy Jo Buchanan of South Africa. Love this. Was one of many Hearties. Literally, this question came in probably dozens of times. Who wants to know what your plans are for the future? Do you want to keep acting, provided we get more seasons? Would you like to stay in Hope Valley for many years to come? Like, what's next for you?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm in it for the long haul. As long as
Wow.
Fun Part is going, I would love to be involved with it. I love the show. I've been doing it for so long already. It feels like my second home. So, and I love acting as well. So I am in it for the long haul. I'd love to continue on it. Also, I'd like to, because I've been working with Hallmark a lot in my life, in the near future, I would like to maybe become one of Hallmark's leading ladies in her movie. I would love to do that. Have my own movies. So that would be super cool. So yeah, that's what I would like to do in the future for sure.
Love that. You heard the girl, Hearties. Go tag Hallmark.
Yeah,
Tag
I was gonna
Hallmark and tell
say.
them. We
Jeanette,
love
come
it.
up with a hashtag. We can make this happen.
Absolutely. Are you still doing some music too, Jaeda?
I play the drums and I'm actually learning the guitar. I'm better than Allie for sure. So I still play the drums, I play guitar. Yeah, I'm still musical, but really my sister is the more musical one. She puts out music and yeah, it's like she's amazing. So definitely during the choir stuff, she was rehearsing with me a lot and make sure I got it down good.
Fun.
Beautiful. Well, hopefully there's more music to come in season 12. We'll look forward to that. Well, there really are no words. It was such a blessing. We were sobbing. We definitely had our tearful moments with your performance on Sunday night, but the beautiful father-daughter relationship that you and Kevin have given us is really, it's a gift, and your talent is immense, and we're just grateful that you share it with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. I love bringing the father-daughter duo to life. So I hope we can do that a lot more in the future.
Yeah, and then on top of that, the tireless posting of the behind the scenes photos. I mean, you rocked our world this year with that 30 days of posting. I mean, it was crazy, and your video, it's just that really, really feeds the fan community and lifts our spirits as we're, anticipating everything that was to come. And so thank you for that as well.
Be thanking my mom for that one. She's the one.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Love it. And I love that you wanted to thank your mom and your dad. That's amazing.
But thank you as well from me. I love that Hearties love to get to see kind of my point of view of the behind the scenes as well. So I love that you love it.
I feel like we just gushed at you the whole time, so sorry about that, but hopefully it'll help
Thank you.
Yeah, like you'll go into this weekend like feeling like we just pumped you up. Let's hope.
Whenever you're having a down day, just pop it in and replay the gushing.
I appreciate it.
All right, and thank you, Hearties, for tuning in. It was just been an incredible season. You've rocked the ratings, and we have 2 more episodes left, 11 and 12. coming to you the Hallmark Channel, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central. We're always on X with Jaeda using the hashtag Hearties. And our YouTube channel awaits your your comments. Please tell Jaeda how amazing she is. We need a little more of that. And we look forward to more Heart to Hearties to come in the next several weeks. We have a lot coming your way, a lot more with our cast and crew. So we look forward to seeing you next time on Heart to Hearties.